Hi, little ones. Welcome to Adventures with Grandma Bonnie. I'm so glad you could join me. I'm going to tell you the story about the night before Christmas in the country. So gather all your friends and family around, and maybe everyone would enjoy this, even the grown-ups. Believe me, it's kind of exciting. And it was based and is based on a real true story. So be sure and do a thumbs up, watch the whole show, and subscribe at the end. Like it, like it, like it. That helps the channel. More and more people are joining, and we're so glad to see you. So come be part of the fun, and let's get going. This is the story of the night before Christmas in the country. It was the day before Christmas, and the wind was blowing very hard. The patch of sod we had planted in the front yard a few weeks before was covered with a blanket of snow. The new sod was being watered by melting snow as the sun began to warm the earth early that morning. It must have been Mother Nature's way of helping us out, since all our water hoses had been put away for the winter. We knew that once the temperature drops in the country, it's time to put all our outdoor things away until spring, including the irrigation system. It had to be drained to prevent freezing. I had sent Grandpa into town with a long shopping list of supplies we would need for the upcoming holidays. I knew he had been working on his own list of building supplies since we were still under construction of our little house. Maybe his list included a surprise gift from Santa. One of the things on my list was a nice roast for our Christmas dinner. A large beef roast with all the trimmings has been a family tradition for Christmas Eve dinner for many years. Many of the items on my shopping list were things to restock our pantry. Besides the roast, the grocery list included flour, sugar, butter, miniature chocolate chips, and nuts. In other words, all the things needed to bake delicious Christmas cookies. After all, if we got snowed in, we would have something to eat. What could be better than a yummy Christmas cookie and a cup of coffee or tea on a snowy night, or even a cookie for breakfast? Included on my list were plenty of dried beans. Our very favorite beans, or legumes, are lentils. My Aunt Ruthie made the best lentil soup ever, and for most of my adult life, I have tried to duplicate it. I'm not great at following directions, even though I've tried and I tried. I'm pretty convinced she added something magical to everything she made. All I know is that her soup was amazing. Oh, you should have tasted it. Oh, I can taste it right now. Ooh, it sure would hit the spot on a cold winter's night. The list also included fresh produce and plenty of root vegetables. Do you know what a root vegetable is? Like, would that be a potato and a carrot and an onion? Anything that grows in the dirt. It's a root. This year, our family tradition was going to be a little different. We didn't think our family should travel for hours through the wind, rain, fog, snow, and icy roads of the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains. Most of them lived far away, and it would take hours and hours to drive those terrible conditions. We knew we would worry too much about their safety. Our winter visit with them would have to be at another time, when conditions improved. Even though it was just the two of us for dinner, it would be wonderful to smell a roast in the oven, warming up our home and our hearts. The weather report predicted a major snowstorm for our area, with winds clocking up to more than 70 miles an hour. Have you ever been in a big windstorm? Can you imagine? 70 miles an hour is wind. So it was just going to be Grandpa and me alone in our cozy little country home, Grandpa called me when he got to town, and I was relieved to know he got there safely in our old car that morning. The roads could be very icy, but Grandpa felt confident that he would make it home before the sun went down. After dark, the wet roads would freeze, and black ice would make driving hazardous. Black ice, if you've never seen that or had been driving around in it, you know how scary that is, because you don't even know that it's slippery, and it's just the snow's just froze the water as it melted in the daytime. It's really scary and very dangerous. I knew Grandpa had several stops to make, including the grocery store and the local hardware store. He would have a full day running errands. He would be plenty tired and hungry when he got home. I sure hope he didn't forget that roast. Grandpa had been gone most of the day, and it was starting to get dark. I began to worry about him, knowing the roads could be icy once the sun slid down on the other side of the mountain, covering our valley in shade. There is no cell reception when you're close to the mountains, so Grandpa couldn't call me to let me know if he was on his way home and if he was safe. I anxiously watched the road for his headlights to appear in the darkness. Finally, I was relieved when I saw the flash of headlights as they came up the dirt road and turned onto our gravel driveway. But something didn't look quite right. I tried to make out what I saw in the dark. As the car got closer, I could plainly see it was not our car. But who was it? Oh my, oh my. Who could it be at this time of the day? After all, it was getting dark, and most everyone I knew would be home safe and sound before the storm hit. Did something happen to Grandpa? I was peering out the window as the vehicle pulled closer to the house. I didn't recognize the bright red pickup truck, and I wasn't sure if it was so smart to go outside and greet this stranger. The truck came to a complete stop at the front of our house, and the driver stepped out. And then I knew who it was. It was Grandpa! Oh, yay! I ran out to meet him and gave him a big hug. I was so worried about you. What happened to you? Whose truck is this? Where is our car? Snow began to fall as he smiled and handed me a big red bow. Merry Christmas, dear. It's yours. You are now the proud owner of a slightly used but lovingly cared for four-wheel drive red pickup truck. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Four-wheel drive. Ooh. Grandpa knew how special a red pickup truck has been in our life. We've always had a red pickup truck since before the day we got married. I can't tell you how many we've owned through the years, but a red pickup truck has always been part of our long marriage, and we're talking more than 62 years. We met each other for the first time while cruising down San Fernando Road in Southern California. We were just teenagers, and it was back in the late 1950s. Cruising was what we did as teenagers on the weekend to meet new people or hook up with friends. I was driving my parents' 1955 Chevy. I thought it was pretty cool myself. And Grandpa was driving his dad's beautiful 1958 Ford red pickup truck. Can you believe that? He was so cool with sunglasses on, even if it was dark. After all these years, he's still cool. What a surprise and relief that he was all right. With a four-wheel drive truck, we could feel comfortable driving on snowy, icy roads. Many women might want fancy, girly things as a great gift, but to me, this was the most beautiful, functional, fun gift ever. I didn't need fancy things. This truck provided peace of mind for our safety and independence in a rural area. What a wonderful Christmas present. You would think the story was over, but it gets better. I don't know how that could be. On Christmas Eve, I was closing the curtains to help keep the cold out and the warmth trapped in our little house. The Christmas roast was in the oven, and all the fixings were ready to serve. Creamy mashed potatoes and green beans on the stove, including homemade biscuits waiting to be smothered in honey butter. Oh, I'm hungry just thinking about it. The temperature had dropped into the low 20s. Now that's cold. And snow started to fall again. We had our delicious roast beef dinner ready to devour. Of course, we had plenty of Christmas cookies for dessert and an evening of peace and joy. Our wood-burning fireplace had a crackling fire sure to keep us cozy and warm all night. Doesn't that sound nice? As I was closing the curtains, I glanced out the window. Now remember, we live in the country. There's nobody else around, except the critters and wild animals. Something caught my eye as it moved. I took a quick breath and realized what it was. There on my new sod was a huge 6-point deer digging and rooting through the snow, trying to eat the grass underneath. Do you know what that means? That deer was huge. He had obviously thought our front yard was a great place to eat and bed down for the night. Just then he must have sensed that I could see him, and he jumped up and ran off into the night to who knows where. Just disappeared. I wonder if he was looking for Santa and wanted to join all his reindeer friends as they were traveling from the North Pole on that dark and snowy night. Were they on their way to your house? Did you leave cookies out for Santa? Or maybe carrots. I hear reindeer really like carrots, so I guess they like cookies too. Have you ever seen a reindeer in person? I think they're a little different than regular deer. Maybe have you ever seen one with a red nose? Oh. What is your favorite Christmas cookie? Let me see. I think mine would be a butter cookie or a lemon cookie or one of those snowball cookies. Have you ever had? They're covered in powdered sugar. What did you get in your stocking? If you're watching this and you've already had a Christmas, did you get a stocking filled with things? When I was a little girl, we got oranges and nuts because we lived in the South, so citrus was easy to get. And, maybe a new pair of socks even. That was a treat. Everything you get you should appreciate. And I hope Santa was able to leave something. What did you give this year that made you feel good? Did you give something to one of your brothers or sister or cousin or friend or mom or dad or anybody that is important to you? Giving is always the best gift ever. Hope you have a great holiday season. Please join us again with Adventures with Grandma Bonnie. See ya. Bye-bye.